Welcome to Idea Group, where innovation meets precision. Let's bring your ideas to life, one sketch, one feature, one edge at a time. In today's video, we're diving into the basics of design using NX and guiding you step by step to create a custom edger from the ground up. Whether you're a beginner looking to sharpen your skills or a seasoned pro searching for fresh techniques, this tutorial will walk you through the key tools, smart design tips, and real-world applications of CAD in modern product engineering. Minus the rage quit. Let's get started. So I do want to note that we are using NX 2406. When you first open NX, you'll land on the start page here. From here, you can open up recent files, create new ones, or stare blankly at the screen, wondering what you got yourself into. We're going to begin by clicking New. Make sure you are in modeling. Units are going to be in millimeters. For your part name, you're going to call it Edger 01 Handle. The 01 is just to denote that it's the first component that we're going to be making. We're going to be making several different components. Next, you're going to click the folder button here. This is where you're going to be saving your work. So me personally, I have a folder that I created right here called Work in Progress, this WIP folder. So I'm going to double click on that and then press OK. And there we have our part name, the folder that we're going to be saving our work in. And once that's complete, click on OK. Now we're in the modeling environment. At the top is the ribbon bar. Think of this as your toolbox organized by tabs like Home, Curve, Surface, and Assemblies. To the left you have the Part Navigator, kind of like your timeline of your model. And at the top right corner you'll see the search engine here. This is your command finder, aka your best friend when you forget where that one button lives. This over here in the middle is your datum coordinate system. This is where you're going to be putting all your sketches. You'll be sketching on different planes of this XYZ axis system. If you find that this XYZ axis system, the CSys, is too small, you can actually increase it to be bigger as well. So if you go over here, right click on your datum coordinate system in your Part Navigator, click Edit Parameters. You'll see the scale factor is currently at 1.25. Let's increase that to 2.1. Once I press OK, you'll see that has now increased in size. If you find that you ever need to increase the size of your Part Navigator as well, you can hold on to this border and you can also increase it or decrease it. Let's begin by creating our first sketch. We're going to click on the sketch command over here, and now we have to select what plane we're going to be putting the sketch on. I'm going to select the YZ plane. Press OK. I'm going to click on this button over here to just have my Part Navigator displayed as well. So now we're ready to create our main sketch. Inside the sketch environment, we've got tools like profile, rectangle, circle, line, so on and so forth. We also have dimensions that we can constrain our sketch with. So we're going to begin by creating a rectangle. Click on the origin point here and create your rectangle. Now upon installing NX Fresh, some of the buttons might not appear. I just noticed that I don't have my Rapid Dimensions button that is usually supposed to be over here. So I'm going to click on this drop down arrow right over here and then select Dimensions drop down. And that brings up my Rapid Dimensions. So now I'm going to click on Rapid Dimensions, select my line here, and I'm also going to select this line right over here. Now for this length right over here, this 715, we're going to change that to 254 instead. And for this 125, we're going to make it 15.5. Now, before we go any further and make anything more fancy, let's learn to move around like a pro, just in case you accidentally zoom out too far and you can't find your part anymore, or the sketch. The middle mouse button will rotate your view. The scroll wheel will zoom in and out. And if you hold down Shift plus the middle mouse button, you can pan. Now, if your model disappears into CAD Narnia, there's an easy, quick fix. All you need to do is just right-click and click Fit. And then you'll be back. And boom, you're basically a CAD wizard now. Once you're finished dimensioning your sketch, there's a button called Finish. Click on that. You've successfully made your first 2D geometry. But now we want to turn that 2D geometry into 3D. Because what we're building is a handle for the edger, let's use the Revolve command right here. Make sure your sketch is selected, all 4 edges of it. We're going to then select a vector. This is going to be the axis that we're rotating about. And the vector we're going to be rotating about is going to be this line right here. Once that's been selected, click OK. And you got your rod. There's a bunch of other good features that you can use on your model as well. You got hole for, well, holes. You have shell here to hollow things out like a chocolate Easter bunny. You have edge blends here, smooths out edges so that your model doesn't look like it was made with a chainsaw. You have draft here to put angles on, and a bunch of other commands as well. Now, if you notice here, you have the sketch here that's still showing. If you ever want to hide that, just go to your Part Navigator and click on the little eyeball of the sketch, and they'll make that disappear. If you ever found that you've made a mistake and you want to go back in time or in history of your part, for example, if I wanted to go before I made this revolve, I can right click on the sketch and click Make Current Feature. This will bring me back to a time before I made that revolve. That way I can modify things that happened before I do that revolve. After modifying my sketch and I find it good, then I can go and click on Revolve and it'll update. Next up, we're going to be using the chamfer command. The chamfer command is right over here, right next to draft and edge blend. So we're going to select the chamfer command and go to our part right over here. We're going to set a distance of 2 here and select this edge. Click OK. And there you go. You got a nice angled edge on your handle. We're going to create another sketch now. So go to the sketch command again. We have to select our plane. We're going to select the YZ plane, press OK. And now we're going to be selecting the circle command, which is right over here. For now, let's just make it on this axis, this horizontal axis right here. Let's dimension it by clicking rapid dimension. Let's put a dimension on the circle itself. This will be its diameter. And we're also going to constrain this circle here to the origin. The diameter of this circle, let's put it at 6.35, very tiny circle. And then we're going to be modifying this length right here, which is going to be 29.5. Once the sketch is fully constrained, we're going to click on Finish Sketch. We want to create a hole in this rod right now. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to be clicking on the button here, Extrude, and select our sketch number 4 here. We're going to input values of -25 and 25. Make sure the Boolean subtract is also on none. As you can see here now, we have this little pin inside this rod, but we want to turn this into a hole. So what we're going to end up doing now is we're going to click on subtract. The target is going to be the rod itself. Select the body for the tool and this little pin that we created here, this extrude. Select that, press OK, and now you have a nice little hole. Now there is an alternative way that we could have done this. So I'm going to go and make current feature before we use that subtract tool. Now I'm going to double click on extrude here. Another option we could have used is this Boolean option. I told you to turn it off before, but we could have also just clicked on subtract here and have it subtracted immediately from that one command of extrude. And it would have done the same thing. However, we wouldn't have that part history in the part navigator. If you were making a complex part and you're giving it to somebody to work on, they wouldn't know where that subtract would be. It would be better design practice probably, rather than doing this Boolean command here and subtract, keep it at none, have it be a solid like that. Click on subtract, select your rod, select the body here for the pin, and click OK. That way, in your part navigator, you will see that it says subtract here. It's just better design practice for anybody that is looking at your part history. We're going to practice using that whole command one more time, not only because it's good practice, but we also need to do it for this model. So we're going to click on sketch again, select the YZ plane again, press OK. We're going to be creating another circle, another hole. So click on the circle command, put it on this horizontal axis right here, create it, go to our rapid dimension again, select that sketch. We're going to create a constraint from the middle of the circle to the origin point here. Left click. I press escape to get out of that dialog box. And now I can properly edit this dimension. So for this dimension, we're going to make it 81.5. And for this diameter here, we're going to make it 6.35. When your sketch is completed and fully constrained, click on Finish. And just like before, we're going to click on Extrude. We're going to extrude that sketch that we just created. Keep it at -25 and 25 for the start and end limits. Click OK. And just like before, we're going to click the subtract button, select the rod as your target, and if you click the middle mouse button on your mouse, you'll immediately go to the tool command. Click on the little pin here that we created, that extrude number 9, and that will be then subtracted. And there you go. You got 2 holes now on that rod. Now, if you made a mistake or you want to tweak something, again, don't panic. Just go back to the part navigator right over here, double click a feature that you want to edit, or right click on it, press make current feature, and then you'll be able to go to that time before the extrude or subtract was created, and you can then double click on the sketch and modify it that way. Modify the constraints if you need be. Once you're done, click on finish, and your part will be updated. Right click on your subtract, make current feature, that way it updates. This parametric modeling lets you go back and adjust anything without starting over. It's like an undo button on steroids. Now that we've created this masterpiece, let's make sure we save it. Go here, top right corner, you can click on the save button right here, and there you go. Part file has been saved. Now, if you'd like to send it or 3D print it, you have a couple options here. You can go to File, Export. You have a bunch of different export options. So you can export Parasolid. If you want to 3D print this, you can click on STL and export it as an STL file. And you also have other options like IGES and step files as well. Looks like we've finished creating this part of the edger, which is the handle. Very basic, but you know, that's how this tutorial is going to be, is the very basics of NX and how to learn and use these commands to create an assembly of this edger. That's going to be it for this segment of the edger. If this video saved you from throwing your mouse out the window, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification. that way you're alerted when we upload a brand new video. If you'd like to try out NX for free, click the link in the description below and sign up for a free student trial. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments. And if you need a design, let Idea Group bring your vision to life. Email us at sales@ideagroup.com. Contact information is also in the description below. Thanks for watching, folks. Remember, design smarter, not harder.